I was just wondering, we talked a little bit about kind of the challenges of remote working for businesses and internal communications professionals. Just wondering, on the flip side of that, what type of opportunities do you think are out there for people to kind of really benefit from the desire for remote working?
Well, I think this is so exciting because potentially, if you really think about it, you could have world-class individuals, people are absolutely at the top of their game in any kind of training room, meeting room, virtually. And it enables you then to just ensure that the very best people are having that conversation around the topic at hand, no matter who they are and where they are, because they don't have to travel vast distances to be there. And I think that's potentially really exciting. I think the other thing that doesn't get talked about enough is reducing organisations' carbon footprint as well. If you think about how often we have to fly people around the world or just take transport to get to places, and if that can be improved, that will be tremendous as well. So I do see huge opportunities, and to keep hold of talent. Yeah. So we lose talent because it's very expensive to live in London. We lose talent for that reason. And if there was a way that we could really crack remote working in the future, then we wouldn't lose so much talent. So I think it's huge opportunities. Interestingly, on my podcast very recently, had two people that job share. So not intentionally exactly the same as what you're talking about with remote working, but they do spend half of the time in the office and half the time not in the office. Yep. They're not actually working then, but nevertheless, they've got work on their mind. And one thing that came very clear to me in that conversation was the time that they are spending away from the office is crucial in enabling them to do a better job when they're in the office. So that time away from the problem and the conversations enable them to assimilate and think about and put into order their thoughts and ruminate on things. And they're absolutely convinced it makes them better in their job as a result. So I think that's one thing we don't talk about a lot, but the time away from the hubbub and the busyness, although that's dangerous sometimes because you're missing out on some of that informal collaboration that I think is the kind of where the magic sometimes happens of a new idea. On the flip side, you probably, from a work-life balance and a mental health point of view and just solving the problem from a mental perspective, maybe you're benefiting in that way as well.